The Japanese prisoners of war had to go through body checks every day. If someone had frostbite, the result was horrifying. Their clothes would be stripped off, and they would be thrown into the crematory alive. Their burning bodies were used to heat the rooms for the living. The soldiers ignored their begging. If any prisoner tried to resist, the Soviet guards would select a few others and execute them as a warning to the rest. Those who were killed often died with a smile, because the ones who lived would face far worse. There were more than 600,000 Japanese prisoners held in this camp, but in the end, only 400,000 made it back to Japan. So what happened to the remaining 200,000? On their first day at the prison, all of the prisoners were made to stand outside in heavy snow. The temperature was below -40 degrees. Their proud faces were gone. To break their spirit, the Soviets gave them a script to read aloud. "We are not war criminals, but we are the ones who started the war. We are doing forced labor to repay the Soviets for re-educating us." Then the highest-ranking officer among the prisoners was forced by the Soviets to stomp on the Japanese flag. At that moment, he tried to bargain with the Soviets. He said they should not be forced to do anything against their will. He even declared bold statements, as if he were still in charge. But the Soviets just stood and watched. After his speech, he was beaten badly. They did not kill him. His body still had value. The kindness of the Soviets was to make him witness how his faith would be destroyed piece by piece. The days that followed were true hell. In the freezing cold, they wore only thin clothing and did the hardest labor. They worked 18 hours a day. This way, they were too tired to think. If they had time to think, they would feel how hopeless their lives had become. Some prisoners disobeyed. They were beaten even harder. Not by the Soviets, but by their fellow prisoners. The beatings were brutal but calculated. If someone was hurt too badly, they would become useless labor. Anyone who tried to escape was captured and executed. But then, the situation suddenly changed. Germany launched an attack on the Soviet Union. The Soviets were caught off guard and could not fight back. To make up for the shortage of troops, the Soviets gave uniforms to the Japanese prisoners and sent them to the front lines. If they were lucky, they might survive the battlefield. But the weapons given to them were not enough. Only a few soldiers could share one gun and a few bullets. Most had to fight with their bare hands. The German army had already set up strong defense lines, waiting for them to charge. The two sides entered fierce combat. The Japanese prisoners, caught in the middle, could only think about their fate. Do you think they had a chance to survive the battlefield?